Hey everyone, Suzi here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. For today's video, we're going to dive into the gear raids, and we're going to talk about some early game content for the, I guess, free-to-play series that I'm doing, but hopefully maybe some of the advice we do here will help you if you're progressing early yourself. So this is the free-to-play light versus dark account. I'm only on day 4 or 5. We've played for 4 days. My account has been very nice here. Where's the red dot? I don't know. Anyway, here's what it looks like. I did start out with some pretty OP heroes, but I mean, that's also kind of the point. To show how generous this game can be for a free-to-play player. It's one of those games that I think allows spenders to get everything too easily, though, and then you get everything and then you're bored, and you only have very specific things to work on and not much to do, and everyone complains that there's not enough content and la 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 la. So that's a little bit of a curse in this game, but for doing something fun like starting a new account or playing for the very first time early on, it definitely has a lot of excitement. I have 4 legendaries already, and they're all very fun. And I'm even using stuff like this rare here. Amelie has been a hidden weapon for some of my content with this defense down here and being a piercing damage marksman when I am doing a competition where I cannot use piercers. I can't use the Star Piercer faction, the Lords. Idril has to sit down here and just wait for someone else to come around and play this account when I give it away in the future, but I can only use Dark Element heroes, so that's what you see here. Everything hearted at the top are the heroes I'm actually using or have used somewhat recently. So I figure let's continue onward. I am working on my storyline quest. I have to get a piece of gear in Gear Raid 2. And that got me to the next level, actually, as well. So I figured I would do it with you guys. So let's go into Gear Raid 2. So Gear Raid 2, Stage 10, when things really do get harder. Let's see the strategy here. This is where the strong tanks like a Baron that have the unyielding would have been huge. This is where getting Oleg from Void Rift is going to be huge. Now, I don't have those heroes, so I don't even know if I can do 10. And if I can't, I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you guys what I can do. Okay, so in this case, I think given my current situation, I think it's best I actually take out Amelie and bring in Hatsut to be a middle damage dealer. Now, this early on, you don't need these super OP heroes, and you're not really going to need them either way. You just, like in this situation, you're going to want 1 DPS, boom, boom, boom here, that can handle everything. Hatsut's cheap to place, so she's nice early on, but you can just spawn people, drop them in, pull them out, drop them in, pull them out, and that's kind of a similar strat throughout the rest of this later on. You'll see here, especially once we get into these later stages, 18, 19, 20, you'll see the Volca strats, you'll see Sadie used a lot, but early on you can kind of get away with a little bit messier layout attempts. I don't know how I want to put it. But you're going to see here, these guys are going to roll. So this is where I'm going to throw someone, but I'm going to put a Decimus in front to catch this roll. Ready? But then that Decimus is going to die, and she's going to come in here and deal with it afterward. Now, she should be okay. A couple hits and we're okay. A little bit worrisome. I did use a tank that does a tiny bit of damage here with Dryga, so it's helpful. But boom, there we go. We got Hatsut ready. We've got this guy ready. We're going to try our best. I'm going to actually go full YOLO on the ultimates as well. So this ability is AoE damage. When you get those AoE damage mitigation heroes, they are going to be huge for you. So that's important to remember as well, how impactful they can be. So here's another roly-poly guy about to come in on this side. I don't want my, or at the top as well, I don't want Hatsut to die, so I'm going to put Decimus, drop him in, take him out, drop him in, take it out. That's kind of going to be my hope here. I'm going to throw in the other tank as well. And I think, oh, this is hard. I really should have put Dolores over there, but it's okay. It's okay if some of the other ones die. Okay, Earthshake is definitely going to cause some of these folks to die, and that's okay too. Decimus is very squishy, but he has a very short recovery time to come back in. All right, let's see here. So more of those roly-polies are coming in. Again, I want to protect... I want to protect her probably a little bit more because I think she's going to just die with a couple hits versus some of these others that maybe can take it. You know what? Let's be a little bit more... Let's be smart here. Let's get ready with Valise. I think my Dolores might die, but if Elise is coming in here and help kill these guys faster, we're going to be very good to go. So having someone, the second that these guys drop and hit and they can be damaged, you really want to have someone who can help start taking them out. And usually one big DPS is enough in the middle, but you're going to want damage mitigation. You're going to want multiple healers. There's a lot to consider here. All right, and the boss is going to come in and do lots of smashes and people might die. So keeping him alive is, or keeping the other people alive is key. But look how easy we just melted that, right? Okay. So let's keep going here and I'll focus on Gear Raid 2 for this, as it is a very hard thing to progress through early on. Now, this is, again, a reminder, Gear Raid 2 on day, what am I on? 4, 5, day 5? I don't have Volca yet. I can't do the Volca strat, right? Let's see if we can do this much harder content. Now this, again, this is where if you get Vortex early as a healer instead of Hollow, he is going to do so much better because he's actually going to stay alive. But it's okay. We're gonna see how it goes. Oh boy, can we do it? Can Dryga do enough damage herself? Or is she going to die? This is a little bit worrisome. I'm gonna see if Dolores' tiny bit of heals is enough. Possibly. Okay, we have potential. You're saying there's a chance. Oof! Dryga is a beast staying alive right now, but didn't stay alive that whole time. As you can see, she did not cut it. However, we have some others here. You know what, let's actually throw him here. Luckily, Hatsa is there. I really don't think we can keep everyone alive, so I'm going to see if my crappy rare healer can hang. Oh, those smashes really get you. Without damage mitigation, it is just really hard. So I'm not even going to try to put Dolores in the middle. We're just going to put all our healers we can. But hey, you know what? I'm at the point where I can get some mythic gear on this account. So that genuinely means I should be able to start farming sooner rather than later, right? Oof! No, 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 no! Oh, yeah. Oh, that was so close. So I definitely needed to put a defender on that side. But I don't know how I would have done it otherwise. But we'll finish this run and then maybe redo it. But see, I could also do like this and just get more damage for the people coming in. That's also a possibility. But yeah, let's go ahead and put her over here, and we're going to boost her with Dolores. These guys that run and smash are hard to deal with, so you really got to have a defender ready to go. I think if I redo it, there's a chance I can get away with... Ugh. Oh boy, don't die, don't die, don't die. Over here, this guy, Ardreth, is looking a little bit scary. He did it somehow. Oh my god. And boom, now just the boss left. Can we stay alive? Yeah, so just a tiny bit of different placements there. Well, it should get me a 3-star, and I should at least be able to farm this stage. Can I go much higher? I don't know. But I think this is still a good example of like the strategies you're gonna need. Getting any pieces of red gear at this stage, I have like the only pieces of red gear I've got so far, these are my first ones from a stage. The only pieces I got were in Volca's Path. So in that first few days of gameplay, the first week or two of gameplay, if you're playing a lot slower than me right now, these are incredible. Now, flat defense ring, I'm not going to level this at all, probably. It wouldn't make sense. It's just a waste of silver. It gets expensive. And there is a gear, like a smithy event tomorrow. So I'm probably not going to use a lot of this bad gear that I get right now. But that was pretty close. But you saw how scary that was. I don't think my account is ready to go onward here. But we hit that first milestone of being able to get mythic pieces of legendary gear, or sorry, ancient pieces of legendary gear and mythic gear. This should be the first goals as fast as you can to start making a difference. Now, I'm not saying Gear Raid 2 is the focus of any account, but when you are working on heroes and those bonuses and you get into the mythic gear where you could actually start getting the higher tier stuff, it's awesome. So like this stuff is great. The damage mitigation is okay, but you're really not going to see the bigger jump in stuff until you can get the inspiration. Oh wait, where the hell does that start? 18? Oh god, yeah. Whew. Oh my gosh. There it is. Once you get into 19 and above, right? That's where the tier 3 gear is, the harder, the more impactful gear that gives increased attack to your allies when you put them in your range. But early on, the jump of getting some meh gear, like these two sets, compared to being able to now get the damage reduction set here is such a huge help for your defenders, the Guardian set. So I think it's worth just trying to farm a little bit here, or, you know, or I guess doing it with the challenges. So personally, I try to avoid overly farming early on with these starter accounts, only doing what the hero path tells you to do and working toward the goals for that. So if like I need to farm Gear Raid 2 to get that gear, well, you know what? Let me see if I can perfect this one because the rates are going to be a little bit better than 10. Let me see if I can perfect that, get a piece of gear that I need and go back. And then otherwise, when you're kind of stuck and you really feel like you can't progress, just work on whatever events are currently happening. Like for me, that's getting promotions in this beginner Cave of Relics promotion thing. Or there is obviously Gear Raid 1 event still going on, and I do want to get any little reward I can and make sure I stay in the top spot to get those free summons. So I'm going to do more Gear Raid 1 as well. But I guess for this one, I just kind of wanted to focus on Gear Raid 2 because it's a really quirky one, but it can involve a lot of fun strategies. And heroes like Decimus that have the skill to be able to like will not die immediately, I guess you say. It's really, really helpful. But I need to get one more upgrade on him. You can see this is an interesting thing, how I don't even have the blue upgrade materials yet. You don't even really need gear. But one thing you can do to do things as fast as possible is you could put a rapidity set on him, or you could put a Narvi in there just to be able to place people faster if they die. But that's something to keep in mind too, is the cost regen. Unfortunately, I'm a dumbass and I sold... Oh no, I didn't have any, because it's the amulets just never want to give me the sets, so it is what it is. But you really don't even need Decimus in gear. You could throw something on him if you want him to potentially... Oh, there we go, might help. He might do better if I actually give him his passive. Well, who would have thought? That's about it. But you really don't need like a ton of stuff on him. You can throw stuff on him if you want to help keep him alive a little longer, but he's just gonna die. Like, you don't have to build this guy for that whole strategy of just dropping him in there to absorb a hit. You don't need to build him to be a proper fighter or a proper tank style fighter. You just throw him in there, and that's the truth. So like here, boom, 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 right? We're gonna let him absorb one hit there, and then I could throw in my other tank, and I could pull him out. If you pull him out beforehand, it's gonna help, so that way you get a little bit more cost back if you do it before he dies. But Hatsut's so good, she comes to her ultimate pretty fast, so she's a good person to put here, but you can put any DPS here. You could put, like, if you get a Silas or, like, Hex in those early banners early, I don't know. It could be Iona. It could be a lot of people. So don't stress that too much, honestly. Okay. Boom, let's just go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So, unfortunately, I put him in the wrong spot to where I can't... Oh, where I can't boost Hatsut with Dolores. But it's okay. It is okay. Wait, let's go ahead and put him up here, and then I could see if Ardreth can take some of those hits and allow me to save my dry gut instead. Okay, let's see. Is there another roly-poly coming? Yeah. I'm gonna throw in Valise early this time, so I'm just gonna throw in another DPS. Don't necessarily worry about what heroes I'm using specifically in this case, I want to mention as well. Worry more about what their role is. So, in an ideal world, I'd have more healers in this situation, honestly. More healers. It's just, and ones that are HP-based so they can survive those hits. Or when you get damage mitigation heroes, again, like Fairseed, Orisa, Dao Chan will be helpful when she's coming back. I'm going to take him out. I think we're pretty solid this time around. Think. Keyword, I think. Okay, I'm just going to put Dolores to boost a little bit, hopefully. To get Valise to do a little more damage. Tiny bit of healing. Okay, I'm going to, just in case I threw in that Decimus. And we're going to kill the boss. And now we're going to be able to farm this stage instead. So, stage 10, 11, 12, this is what you're working with, right? This is what you're working with. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just got to start getting a little bit better gear. You get a few pieces of that legendary ancient gear that rolls really well. Your people all of a sudden are going to do more damage or have more survivability to be able to push just one stage further. Okay, this is a nice mixed set piece. So I might actually level that one up tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to level it up today. I think I'm going to try to wait as much as I can. But my mission says I need to get some gear that is attack or crit. So it's kind of silly that they have you... Okay, I have to mention this. This is very silly that they have you farm damage gear in Gear Raid 2 when the better damage gear is in Gear Raid 3. But for the sake of early on, this AoE stick set here is really helpful. So anyone with AoE damage or a fatality can be okay early on, but you're going to grow out of those sets pretty quickly. But it is a weird thing, because like Guardian damage taken reduction here, this is more helpful for your support. So I would think, if anything, we'd be trying to farm some gear rate at 3, but I get it. These couple sets here are pretty helpful depending on what you have. In your best AoE damage dealer, you can give them a stick set, and it's going to be a huge bonus. Until we get fancy and we can get Soulbound Arcana and all of that stuff. So I think I'm going to kind of do this in batches. I don't want to waste all of my stamina farming Gear Raid 2 unless I have to, because there's not a Gear Raid 2 event going on. There's a Gear Raid 1 event going on, but my progress missions, my hero's path are telling me to do Gear Raid 2, so I'm only going to do the bare minimum. But the good part, again, by doing the bare minimum for all these hero's path type things that you get stuck on, is you actually are just going to grow your account naturally. And then there's a lot of fun things here. So Hero Fusion, you can get some big resources to help make promotions easier. Oh yeah, promoting Rex, Cuke, Rogers, and whatever. The heroes you need for fusing someone. For doing one fusion, you get all these resources. Now, I sold my Rex, not gonna lie. Oops, that's fine. That's not a focus of mine right now. And of course, this is just a little bit of farming. We could worry about that later. But this is something to look at too. If you're pushing some content and you want to go try to do a little bit extra, get extra rewards while you're farming something else in the background. See, I just got it. Boom. I got it. But you can see what also is here in your sub-story. I've already done some of my sub-story, but this is one of those things that's easy to forget about because it gets a little bit hidden. But here, clear stage 6 or higher with 3 marksmen in Gear Raid 3. I wasn't using 3 marksmen, but if I want to just grab these 20 diamonds super quick and easy, I could go to stage 6 where it's super easy now for me and immediately throw in some crappy marksmen as the backup along with my Hatsud and my Amelie and be good to go and get some free diamonds. Yeah, I'm loving it. Equip 1 hero with 3 pieces of gear from the Fatality set. So, oh yeah, do I have the Fatalities set? You know, that's the funny part. So if you're not sure, they are really good in this game, I should say, about sets. So you're going to see here, Fatality. Do I have pieces of Fatality? No, I only have, ironically, the piece that's normally harder to get. So now I have to go farm Gear Raid 2 in order to get the Fatality set. But yeah, I think I'm going to just stick to the conversation here and end that there. We're just going to, oop, background fight still in progress, my bad. I think we're going to just chill. Oh, look at that. See? This is going to be huge. Look at, that's going to roll well. Let's just do it right now. We're going to put that on somebody. Bruh, that's supposed to roll. Ancient Gear should never be able to roll a non-purple. So stupid. Bruh. It's fine. No, it's not fine. It's not fine at all, but we're going to pretend it's fine. And we're going to move on. Hope you guys enjoyed this little look at my free-to-play account, seeing what I can really do in the matter of a few days with just a good grind. And this is the other things I'm working on. Otherwise, I haven't really pushed everything quite yet. But we're getting there slowly but surely. And it's been a lot of fun using characters I don't normally use. So I will catch you guys in the next video. I'm probably going to save my summons for Dao Chen because that's what makes sense for any account. But if I do any before that, I'll be sure I show you.